I feel like a lot of the stuff online is kind of confusing. I need to start doing that. I need to go home and I'm going to make something today. So, today, what I'm going to be discussing is 5 ways to get inspiration for new painters, and with the hopes of giving you more tangible advice than just get to work or just paint or paint every day. All right, so my channel helps beginner painters make the art that they want to make in their mind but don't know how. I share painting tips, techniques, and the techniques that I've learned over the years, tools that I use, as well as tips on starting an online art business and traveling as an artist. So, the first way to get inspiration that I like is to go to a museum. So, museums are just great places for inspiration. Like, you get to see artwork of like masters or whoever, but also go on a tour, okay? If you can go on like an educator's tour of an exhibit, you're just gonna get like a deeper understanding of the exhibition, and you're gonna get so much inspiration from that. I mean, like I went to Poster House in New York City, and I went on a tour with the educator, one of the educators there, and it was amazing. Like I came out so inspired. I was like, wow, like I learned about all these things, and now like that's a place I would definitely go back to. All right, so the next thing is to read an art book. So there are lots and lots of art books out there, like coffee table books. If you don't have any, you can borrow one from the library, or you can order one online, just like an art catalog of like your favorite artists, or just an artist that you've never heard of, things like that. You can see how that artist made their compositions, what colors did they use, like to give you sort of ideas, okay, for your own art. Third thing is to make loose sketches or thumbnail sketches. So it's important to have a sketchbook. So yeah, sketchbooks are great for just trying out things. Sometimes I try things out on like the full size paper or like a canvas, but with the sketchbook, it sort of gives you the idea, it helps you flesh things out. Like if you're unsure about how something's going to look, you can draw it a little small thumbnail in your sketchbook and just see like, okay, I think it would look nice if I had something over here, and you can just start loose, do a warm up, just start throwing paint on the paper. I do that sometimes. Like if I'm just in a rut, I will just take out a sheet of watercolor paper and start painting. Just start painting anything. Lines, washes of color, whatever, just get some paint on the paper, and then you're going to be like, oh, I like how those two colors go together. I'm going to try that again on another painting. I love the way this yellow and this blue made this golden green. I'm going to try that on another painting. So doing thumbnail sketches or just loose sketches, loose paintings, drawings, whatever, can spark ideas for you by doing that. Okay. Next tip is to flip through a magazine. So I have I have like a kind of a lot of magazines. Well, depending on who you are, I guess. It could be small to somebody. And like travel magazines, fashion magazines. I like flipping through those because advertisements I feel, are really good with composition and contrast and things like that. Like people who design those like photo shoots and things, or this can also apply for movies also, the people who set the scene, those can be really inspiring, and just like thinking like, wow, how this person has played with light, how this person has played with shadow, or a repeating pattern. This sort of like relates to the elements of design and things like that. Magazines, movies, those things can really like give you some ideas. Actually, I think I want to show you a magazine. So I have here, let's see, which one should I do? Should I do the bridal? Should I do the travel? Should I do the fashion? Okay, we got a fashion magazine. We have here Vogue Australia. Now, the reason I have this, I've never been to Australia, but someone gave this away, and I just thought, like, what's going on in Australia, right? So I'm just going to open up to an advertisement or something. Like, here's something good. Okay. Oh dear, my screen. So yeah, here we have this photograph of this model, and just look at the line, the contrast of the red and the gray, the shape that she's creating with her body. These are all things that I find inspiring. When I look through magazines, like for composition and things like that, because composition is like one of those things. Like I didn't learn that in school. I feel like a lot of the stuff online is kind of confusing. But I feel like I can recognize it when I see it, But like this is like a really interesting composition here. Just like even a page like this, where you have the photos at the bottom and the text at the top. It's very balanced. It's like it sort of like draws your eye. So yeah, I find magazines very inspiring because they really have an eye for how people, like they know how to direct the viewer, the reader. They know how to direct you across, their pages, and you can take notes for your own work like that. Okay. And the fifth thing is to see other people's work. Now, this could mean like going to a gallery well, I already said museum, and that sort of relates to this, but I'm thinking specifically other artists, living artists, because seeing people who are doing art today will help you feel motivated. It will be like, oh, I see, this person is painting this amazing thing. They're not letting anybody stop them. I need to start doing that. I need to go home and I'm going to make something today. Yeah, and if you need help with like looking up other people's work, you can look up, like, think of something that you already like. Like if you like photography, look up photographers and look up their work. If you are interested in like monochrome art, you can search artists who have that and maybe go to, a gallery if they have their work there. Yeah, things like that. So, okay. So if you have any other ways to get yourself inspired that I didn't share here, please leave a comment below. And I encourage you to check out some of my other videos. They're sort of in this vein. So yes, and make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. All right, so we are recording still. Ooh.